Welcome. It's another video. Today we're talking about the focus of this next season of 2021-2022. Boom, let's get into it. All right. So, what's this next season going to be totally based about? This next season is going to be based on the season of mentality. All about the mental. The mental is the hugest part of snowboarding. I cannot tell you how many people struggle with like the mental stuff on their first day of snowboarding. It's huge, just proportionally huge. The physical is one side of it that I can get ready before the season starts. Honestly, I can do all the preparation. If I don't have that mental game snapped in, it's over, done. My season is ruined. So, I'm gonna be extra on the mentality this season. And that doesn't mean just, not being afraid of bigger tricks or not doing anything like mentally preparing myself. The mentality that I'm talking about is like attitude-wise, being like happy and stoked more often. So what I mean when I'm talking about the mentality on the hill is that my mental game on the hill is prepped and ready to go. And how I can do that is off the hill, I can meditate, I can take time to myself and really start thinking. I can gather my thoughts so I'm not thinking about everything on the hill and then everything off the hill as well. I've got time to just get the whole mental game situated off the hill. When I'm on the hill, I'm already ready to go. That's what I want. I don't want to be prepping myself for these big jumps or whatever I'm doing on the hill. I want to prep that stuff off the hill and then bring my A game on the hill. So that's kind of what it means to me. And I feel like it's a little rough to kind of get a whole season based around a mentality kind of deal. Like how are you going to prep yourself for an entire season of mentality? It almost sounds mental. So the reason why I want to go into this season with the whole center of it being the mentality is because it's probably going to be my most mentally stressful season I've ever done so far. I've gone to school the entirety of my snowboarding career, but now that I'm actually moving into an actual university, I feel like my mental game needs to step up. I'm going to be a full-time student and I'm going to be working full-time, hopefully, and I'll have all this mental stress and pressure on myself that I need to just get over and I need to, absolutely get through. So I'll also have like a completely different, I'll be living in a different state. I need new friends and I need to find new places. And while it all sounds exciting, it's something that I need to really get over and I'm challenging myself with it. And that's why I feel like I need to be extra on the mentality this season. So hopefully I can dial that in. And I have a couple of strategies that I want to get done daily, or I guess a couple of things that I want to get done daily. Yeah. So those are the kind of challenges, and there are a couple things that I want to get done daily to help myself get over the challenge. And one of those things is, okay, let's redo that. So those are the challenges. And there are a couple things I want to do daily to help myself get over those challenges. And one of the main things that I've seen over and over in my own life that's helped me tremendously every time I do it is journaling. Journaling, just getting my thoughts down on pen and paper is huge. Is absolutely a game changer. And with all of this stuff that I'm doing, I need to journal. I need to get all my thoughts out. I don't need to read it afterwards. If I do, that's going to be helpful. But actually getting all these thoughts out of my head, biggest deal. Then the next thing that I want to try that I've heard is super helpful is meditation. And I had a form of this last season with all the stretching. And it was absolutely incredible to have that quiet time. But even when I was stretching, there were times where I was actually, surrounded by people, and I was talking and I was doing that stuff. And the whole focus was on the stretch, and I was all focused on like, okay, what's next in the flow, all that stuff. So this season, I want to take time out of my day every day to just meditate, to just focus on nothing and just be instead of thinking, thinking, thinking. I think this is something that a lot of us would benefit from, but to do something and take out all this time from our day, like 5 minutes of meditation doesn't sound like a lot, but you sit there and you do nothing. You're not being entertained, you're not being productive, you're not doing anything but just sitting and focusing on breathing and nothingness. I feel like that is going to be something that's going to be super challenging that will just be so worth it afterwards. Now, I did want to talk about something that I think a lot of us can relate to. Um, I think every season so far, you're caught up in the hype and you're focused on having such a good time, and you're going up day after day doing stuff over and over. I don't think I've ever been one of those casual snowboarders who goes up, man, like 3, 4 times a year. I've always been someone who goes time after time after time after time. There was one season where I like hurt my head and I was scared to go back up, so I didn't snowboard as much that season. But otherwise, every season that I've gone consistently, I've gone over and over and over, and I got tons of time on the snow. And with all that time on the snow, you are focusing on being happy, you are going, 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 and you kind of don't realize how much you're putting yourself through without giving yourself a break. And every season so far, I have had a mental breakdown. Just a time where I'm walking down to my car after being on the hill. It was a whole day of just stress and like, why am I feeling down? And I start breaking down. And a couple times I've just gone in my car and just bawled my eyes out and cried, and it sucked. And I want to avoid doing that this season. Um, Obviously, I can't make any promises to myself that I won't. And there are problems that I need to fix in my own personal life so I don't have to have these mental breakdowns. And honestly, there's a lot of stuff that I'm going to pick up throughout the season that I'm like, I need to do this more to improve my mentality. And my mental status going into the season is always super hyped. Mid season, that's when the breakdown happens. So I have to be on myself, and I have to, really work with myself and, up my mental game. And hopefully I can get through the season feeling amazing, and, my whole mental process will be much better. So the goal this season is to get through the season solely focused on my mental game. Obviously, I want to be less scared of tricks. Obviously, I want to come onto the hill feeling my best and thinking my best. I want to be crystal clear in my mind throughout the entire season. And I want to be able to just go on the hill and not be bogged down by any, negativity throughout the day. Obviously, that'll happen, but I don't want to bring anything negative on the hill. And I think that's some, and I don't want to bring anything that's negative on the hill. And I feel like that happens a lot with me. So I will try my best to prep myself to where I'm not going to do that anymore, or I'm going to do that way less. Yeah, that's kind of the hope for this next season. And I really want this next season to have this ambiguous goal. The goals that are most attainable are the goals that have this concrete, solid idea or this thing to shoot for. Like, I want to save up this amount of money. Easy. That is the easiest goal to set because I can come up with strategy after strategy to do it. With this goal, though, there's not a concrete thing to shoot for. It's just hey, I want to be mentally better. That's good. That's a really hard goal to achieve, though, because there's no set goal. So, yeah. And I will start shaving away at everything that I have in the palm of my hands right now for that goal throughout the season till I come up with this pearl. And this pearl will be the kind of takeaway that I come out with throughout the season. And you guys will see that at the end of the season, I guess, when I talk about it. But yeah, that is the 2021-2022 season focus. All right. See you guys next time. All right. Hello, my name is Douglas Peeplow, and welcome to another video, I guess. It's really weird starting out this whole YouTube thing because you don't quite figure out the intros until you start doing them regularly. And this being my third video, I've not figured it out yet. Not even close. But welcome. It's another video. You know already, if you've watched the other two that I've posted, that I'm extremely awkward when I talk and I take forever to get to my point. So today, I'm gonna try and rush through everything. Not rush through everything, but get close enough to where it looks better or does better. Anyways,